So 4 men have been killed in a vigilante attack in Zandspruit in Johannesburg. 5 others are in a critical condition and are receiving care in hospital. eNCA reporter Masego Rahlaga is live for us in Zandspruit and joins us now live for an update. Masego, let's go back to the beginning. What do we know to have happened in Zandspruit overnight?
Well, Tembegile, from our understanding, community members went to the houses of each of those 9 young men and dragged them to this field in the community, started to beat them up and then allegedly burnt them to death. Now, where I'm standing right now, Tembegile, where the tapes were earlier on, and I'm just going to step off shot so that my colleague Didi Roselepe can show you what I'm seeing. You can see remnants of their clothing. I can identify what looks like it used to be a pair of socks. This is where one of the young men was lying dead. And as we walk towards the other part of the scene, you can see traces of blood from the scene. As you can see, it shows that some of them were really just beaten up. This is where another young man was lying here dead, and that's a little pool of blood there that he was lying on top of. And then this is where another young man was lying. It looks like he's the one who had been necklaced. You can see pairs of shoes still burning. This, Tembegile, believe it or not, even though it happened at around 1:30 this morning, it's smoke still from the same fire, Tembegile, that was set on these boys. This young man, as soon as he was turned over by pathology, the fire reignited from underneath him, and this is the smoke that still actually lingers in the air from what happened at around 1:30 this morning. But if you look at what my colleague Didi was going to show you, there are shacks really close by to the scene, and I don't know if we'll be lucky enough to get any of those community members living in these shacks to tell us what they saw. And I'm going to approach them just as you play one of a little snippet of the interview that I had with the mother of the young boy who was lying on that other part of the ground. He was the one with his hands tied to his back, and he had his face basically buried into the ground. And while you just show some of the viewers a little snippet of the interview that I had with the mother, Patricia, about her heartbreak, I'm going to try and approach some of those community members. Here is Patricia Siapi. How ba ntse ba motlosa so batho ba makalla sentsane hona le musi ho bona ka re ba sentsane ba tjha ho bohloko ntwa bohloko haholo senganyane la ke thotse ke sa le tjena ke utlwa bohloko ka ba ke ngwana ka ke mo go etse 9 months.
Masego, we've just been listening to the mother of one of the men who were killed in Zandspruit overnight. Heartbroken she is. Is there any remorse from the community?
Well, Tembegile, you know that mother, she watched on as her son's body was removed and he was also still burning from the chest. Only 21 years old, that young boy. She says that she didn't live with him, so she doesn't know if those allegations are true. But the fact that he was killed in that way is what is going to haunt her for a very long time. She's a municipal worker, as you can see with the uniform she was wearing, and she was tricked into coming back here because her colleagues and friends were too afraid to tell her from work what had happened to her son. So she only realized when she got here, not even recognizing her young boy, except by the hair, because it's only the part of his hair that wasn't burnt. Let me try, Tembegile, to approach some of these community members to see if any of them are willing to talk. You know, when there are vigilante attacks, Tembegile, a lot of people will not say if they saw anything. Sanibona abantu abadala ninjani? Siyaphila Nkosi, bengifuna ukubuza nje ukuthi nina anibonanga lutho enzakele la ebusuku?
Asibonanga siswala. Asibonanga lutho nje.
Okay. Yebo. Nina bhuti anibonanga lutho? Beningekho. Okay. Bhuti wena? Next. Okay, no, ngiyabonga ne. Well, Tembegile, there you go. Community members, people living right next to the scene. saying that they were not even present at the time that it happened. This is what usually would happen when there's been vigilante attacks. But let's move from that to this 21-year-old boy's brother, Mpho Siapi, who described his brother as somebody who liked to be alone. And he didn't understand how and where he got this group of 8 other friends. And he was saying that although he doesn't live here, he lives in Soweto. He can't speak for his brother, but again, reiterating what the mother said, that this was no way to deal with what his brother is accused of. Here is Mpho Siapi.
So what's happening? Last time I think it was last Sunday. Last time I understand. So Kimutisa fe to sharp others go pila, I want to right, I understand. Yeah, so anything you want to know like it's a surprise. Yeah. So I never get clever citing la, I get them citing la Mareki one. I expect to maybe Montfort American Kawat until I go. Yeah. It's very bad. Yeah. It's very, very, very bad.
Masego, let's leave it there for now. Masego Rahlaga live for us in Zandspruit.